23 incredible sculptures. 23. Thinking outside the box. Head on over to the Taipei Zoo, where you will not only have the live animals as a major attraction, but also these beautiful hippos popping out from the ground. 22. Mother, or Maimon, which is the French word for mother. It's the name of this 35-foot-high spider that was erected outside the Tate Modern in London. It was made from steel to represent Louise Bourgeois' industrious mother. It was erected in 1999 and has been created many times since. 21. Creative mind at work. Bruno Catalano is the creative mind behind The Travelers, which shows people with a suitcase in their hands, but their insides are missing. He was depicting that they were going traveling to rediscover themselves. 20. I want to break free. We can all relate to this, the urge to break free and be free. It's called Breakthrough from Your Mold and is displayed in Pennsylvania and created by Zenos Frudakis. 19. The Fountain of Youth. The Magic Tap is a moving sculpture found in Spain, and it has an endless supply of water running from it. It also appears as if it's just floating, but there is actually a pipe hiding in the flow of water that supports the entire structure. 18. Imagination has no limit. This is not something to be worried about. It's known as the sinking building, and you find it outside the State Library in Melbourne. It's meant to indicate the weight of the books being so severe, it sunk the library. 17. Watch where you're going. Tom Franzen has quite a number of wonderful sculptures around the world, and this is one you will find in Brussels. It was erected in 1985 and is just a little comedy sketch of a man popping up from a sinkhole, grabbing the foot of a passing policeman. 16. FaceTime. This is actually the image of a well-known Romanian poet named Mihai Eminescu, who was born in 1850. If you view it at the right times during the day, it will sometimes look like it's painted on the clouds. 15. The Cinderella Effect. Hungary is where you will find the shoes. They're on the Danube Bank in Budapest. It was the idea of Can Togay, a film director, and sculpted by Gyula Power, and was placed there to honor the Jews who were killed in World War II. Fascist Arrow Cross militiamen told them to remove their shoes, and they were shot at the water's edge. 14. The World in Her Hands. This is a series of sculptures called Force of Nature, created by Lorenzo Quinn. There are several of these statues around the globe, and they all depict women holding the earth in some way. You can find them in the US, UK, Singapore, and Monaco. 13. Just Hanging Out. This statue is found in Prague and it's called Man Hanging Out. The statue is actually of Sigmund Freud and was created in 1996 by David Cerny, a Czech sculptor. It's meant to indicate intellectualism during the 20th century and David Cerny's unsureness about it. 12. Relaxing in the Tub. That is literally the biggest bath in the world, and the work is called The Bather, or Die Badende in German. Artist Oliver Voss created the sculpture using foam and steel, and it was 13 feet high and about 99 feet long. It was in the Binnenelster Lake in Hamburg for 10 days. 11. Creativity takes courage. And David Cerny, whom we mentioned earlier, has many very controversial pieces of art around the world. This one is much tamer and called Metamorphosis. It's in North Carolina and there are 40 steel pieces grouped together in 7 segments, which rotate 360 degrees while spitting water out into the lake. 10. Reduce, reuse, recycle. This beautiful seahorse was created by Jeffro Utto, who collected the pieces of driftwood and affirms that no living trees were hurt during his art process. His business is called Knock on Wood, and he is from Washington. 9. Breaking Through. Passer Through Walls is a statue found in Paris, which is based upon a character written by Marcel Aim. The character realizes that he can walk through walls, so begins a life of crime and adultery. During his last escapade, the magic stops, and he gets trapped inside the wall. 8. It always seems impossible until it's done. That is one of the most famous Nelson Mandela quotes, and this incredible structure was designed by South African artist Marco Cianfanelli. It was created to celebrate the 50-year anniversary of Mandela's imprisonment by apartheid police in 1962. There are 50 columns for each year, and it's placed in Howick, where the arrest took place. You have to see it from the right angle to see the face of Mandela. 7. Letting go. There is something so ethereal about these wire sculptures created by Robin Wright, a UK-based artist. They are all of fairies dancing in the wind, and some are very small and others very big. They are formed in dramatic poses and all have dandelions or a part of nature with them. 6. The power of books. It's incredible how art can be created from anything, and this amazing sculpture was put together by Mike Stilkey. He uses old books that are going to be recycled and creates these beautiful pieces with colored pencils, ink, lacquer, and paint. 5. Perfection takes time. This installation is known as the Kelpies and took Andy Scott 8 years to put together. They are 100 feet tall, and the inspiration behind them is the legend of a water spirit that takes the shape of horses. The sculptures are the entrance to the Forth and Clyde Canal in Scotland. 4. Art that moves you. Anthony Howe is the creator of some incredible abstract and kinetic structures. He uses metal and polymers to create some of the most exquisite mobile art in the world. Some structures are as tall as 25 feet, and they are pretty mesmerizing to watch. 3. Who dares wake me from slumber? You can sort of hear this giant yelling that from beneath the grass, can't you? This giant man is called, and I translate, ripped up or popped up. It's the creation of Hungarian artist Ervin Laurent Herve and was a temporary installation at Budapest's Chechny Square for a special art market fair that took place. 2. Are you brave enough? One of Lithuania's most celebrated statues is the Black Ghost, found in Klaipėda. Visit the statue on a dreary rainy day, and it will leave you a bit spooked for the rest of the day. Legend says that if you befriend the statue, you will have fortune and riches to follow. 1. Follow your art. As I said earlier, it's amazing what people use to create art. Maurizio Savini uses chewing gum to create some very realistic sculptures, but he really doesn't like it when people ask him if he chewed every piece. He has assistants that melt the gum down, ready for his creative use.